Let me ask you something. When was the last time you felt dangerous? Not angry, not reckless. Dangerous. The kind of dangerous that walks into a room and shifts the energy. The kind that doesn't need to speak loudly because presence is enough. If you're being honest, it's been a while. And that's not an accident. You weren't born soft. You weren't born passive. You weren't born harmless. You were wired for intensity, for confrontation, for pursuit, for dominance over your environment. But somewhere along the way, you became safe, comfortable, predictable. You stopped feeling like a force and you started feeling like background noise. Now here's the uncomfortable truth. Society doesn't want dangerous men. It wants manageable men. Men who comply, men who scroll, men who are stimulated but never activated. Because a dangerous man is hard to control, and control is profitable. Look at your life. You wake up, you check your phone, you sit, you work, you consume, you scroll, you sleep. Where is the friction? Where is the resistance? Where is the challenge that forces your nervous system to expand? You don't hunt, you don't fight, you don't compete physically. Your biology evolved for conflict, but your environment rewards passivity. And here's what happens when a system built for intensity lives in comfort. It downregulates. Your dopamine baseline drops. Your testosterone signaling weakens. Your nitric oxide production declines. Circulation softens. Drive fades. Your edge dulls. Not dramatically, quietly. And because it's quiet, you think it's normal. You tell yourself, I'm just getting older. I'm just tired. I have responsibilities. No. You're understimulated in the ways that matter and overstimulated in the ways that weaken you. Your nervous system is flooded with artificial reward, but starved of real challenge. And masculinity is built on challenge. Danger isn't violence. It's capability. It's readiness. It's the quiet knowledge that if something went wrong, you could handle it. Do you feel that right now? Or do you feel domesticated? Because domestication is subtle. It doesn't remove your strength. It numbs it. You still have potential, but potential without activation feels like weakness. Now here's the deeper layer. When you remove physical tension from a man's life, his hormones follow. Testosterone is responsive. It responds to competition, to resistance, to physical stress, to risk. Remove those, and the body adapts. Lower demand, lower production, lower output. And when testosterone lowers, confidence lowers. When nitric oxide lowers, circulation lowers. When circulation lowers, energy drops. And when energy drops, presence disappears. You don't feel dangerous because your biology doesn't feel demanded. You haven't asked it to rise. You've asked it to survive comfortably. And biology always responds to demand. Here's something most men never hear. You don't regain your edge by thinking differently. You regain it by living differently. Lift heavy things, move aggressively, compete, train. Sleep deeply. Expose yourself to controlled discomfort. Cold. Silence. Challenge. Difficult conversations. Reintroduce friction, because friction reawakens fire. Your system needs signal. Right now, it's receiving noise. Noise from screens, noise from comfort, noise from constant dopamine spikes. But no signal that says, become stronger. And without signal, you plateau. A dangerous man is not chaotic. He's regulated. strong nervous system, stable hormones, a clear mind, a high baseline energy. He's not loud, he's solid. And solidity is built through stress adaptation. So the real question isn't, why don't I feel dangerous? The real question is, when did I stop challenging myself? Because the edge is not gone, it's dormant. You don't need to become someone else. You need to remove what softened you. Reclaim discipline, reclaim tension, reclaim biological demand. And something interesting happens. Your posture changes. Your eyes sharpen. Your speech slows. Your presence thickens. You stop reacting. You start leading. And people feel it without you saying a word. That's dangerous. Not reckless, not aggressive. Dangerous in capability. Dangerous in self-control. Dangerous in readiness. Modern life trains men to be comfortable, but comfort is the enemy of intensity, and intensity is the root of masculine presence. So if you feel softer than you used to, less sharp, less driven, less powerful, it's not permanent, it's adaptation, and adaptation can be reversed. Ask more from your body, it will respond. Demand more from your mind, it will sharpen. Remove artificial stimulation, rebuild real tension, and the edge returns. Not overnight, but inevitably. Because masculinity isn't something you learn, it's something you activate. And activation requires friction. So here's the final question. Are you going to stay safe, or are you going to become capable again? Because the world doesn't need reckless men. It needs grounded, powerful, dangerous ones. And that version of you is still there, waiting to be demanded.